How you doing, folks? Believe it or not, this is the third time I've tried this. Uh, Storage space. Don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. But I think we're good to go. So we're gonna try this. It was acting kind of goofy. Jack Doyle. Sorry, buddy. Yesterday I forgot your name. I knew what you wanted, where you lived. Jack Doyle's from Ireland. He's looking for some steel parts for an 041. Let's see if we can help each other and find him some. What he's looking for is the pulley for the starter cover inside it for an 041 and that top cover. So what we're going to do is work amongst ourselves and locate some of these parts. What you're doing in the comments is exactly what I want to see. Talk amongst each other. If you're looking for something, put it up. Put it up. Put a few comments. Sooner or later, the right guy's going to see it. I want you to do that. This is what this is all about. It's helping each other. It ain't just me helping you. It's about you guys amongst yourselves can help each other a lot. Jack can't find no parts over there. And I can understand. I really can. Only thing I would say, leave your email address when you leave a comment looking for parts. And I think you'll find out after a few times doing that, somebody's going to see that and they're going to say, hey, I can help you out. Buy it, sell it, trade for this or that, do whatever you want. I don't want to know about it. Just do what you got to do amongst each other. I love it. Okay, we got that said. Joseph Beatty sent me a 044, a flat top from Arizona. Now, I found out something. I got that today. I spent a few minutes with the saw. I opened that gas tank. Boy, that at some point, that saw set a long time. It really has. So, lacquered up a little is what it was. He said it had 100 pounds of compression. It's supposed to have 150. Man, I seen them brand new with like 138 before. They were all over the map, the 44s were. The early ones, okay? Not the 12 millimeter pen. This one, I believe, is 10 millimeter pen. This is the early one. It's absolute, it's not styled. It's a flat top. And it's got steel bands. So I'd love to have saw myself. Okay, I'm going to show you something, Joseph. Here's the saw. It's been sitting here for a while, but let me just see what this sucker does for you. Had to give it one time. That's a nice little freaking saw. Joseph, get a hold of me. Let's talk about this. You got parts in here irreplaceable. The one thing I'd like to do is I would like to go through the car minimum, and I'll service your saw. But it took 5 minutes for me to get this going. He said it didn't idle. I know it didn't idle. I know. I didn't even bother trying. I cleaned the whole thing out and started right from scratch, set the darn thing up, and here we go. Pulled the cord, and there was what we got. It's a beautiful saw. I love these old 044s. They're one of the iconic saws. They really are. Okay, I got something for you. You guys been wanting to see an Echo. You want to see a build. You want to see a hot build. Okay, we're going to warm one up. And we're going to kill two birds with one stone doing it. Here's what we're going to do. You guys have been wanting to see me build a little. I always build 70cc on up. Pro level saws. Well, I got one right here for you. Yep. 2511T. Just a little guy. walkers. Buck and Billy sent this to me. I don't know if this is his or Hogan's. Don't matter. I'm going to build it for him. I'm going to make this run good. I'm going to push the limits of this. We're going to see what we get out of it. I'm going to go down and get me a bar in the morning. I meant to do it this afternoon, but I got tied up in another project. I didn't make it, and I had to help a neighbor do some welding, so it is what it is. Don't mind. Want to run this just a tiny bit. See what it's got. We're going to take it apart. I don't even know where the darn motor is in it. It's in the trunk. There's a big old joker, ain't it? Boy, that, I'll tell you what. That sprocket, it ain't got much time on that. The one thing I know has to be done because of the type they do tree work, that's got to idle good. And that's got to start nice. And it can't be finicky or fussy. They didn't got time to be messing around up there in the tree. You ain't getting me no tree, I'll tell you that. It's not. Sorry, that ain't going to happen. No tree for me. We're going to probably pipe this. Let's get creative. Nice little ringy-dingy pipe on it. We're going to work some magic. Thanks, buddy. This is going to be a fun one. Once I figure out where the motor is. Hey, it kind of, you know what? It reminds me of when we was kids. I got more to show you still. But I was thinking about it. Now, we had field cars because we lived in the country. You're growing up in the 60s and early 70s, mid-70s. You get 13, 14 years old, you're just waiting. By the time you're 14, you really want to drive something. And it ain't just farm tractors. They're just not what you want. Well, I shoveled snow and I mowed lawns. I was the most creative feller when it come to making extra money. And everybody knew if there was a bad job to do, old Harvey'd do it. And I did too. I'd shovel a darn sidewalk. A long, big old sidewalk for 50 cents. A driveway I'd shovel for $1 and sometimes $2 if it was a long one. So mowing lawns was same deal. It was $1 or $2 here and there. Gas wasn't very much. I think it was 47 cents a gallon or something, 65 cents. But lawnmower didn't take that much gas. So I ended up buying, I think it was a couple-year-old Corvair. It was a nice shape. It was one of the Corvair Spiders. It had, I believe it was 4 carburetors on it. I know it had a few carburetors, and it had this weird linkage that went like this. But it had been put in a snowbank real hard in the winter. And that car didn't have 8,000, 9,000 miles on it when that happened. I remember that. And, but what it did is it twisted that, their unibody, it twisted that up. That left front tire didn't have a whole lot of weight on it. And I'll bet it drove terrible bad, just awful. And, but boy, you put it out in the field, man, it just went like crazy. It was a lot of fun. And that run good. So another friend of mine, there are 2 or 3 of us that get these field cards. Another one says, well, by golly, now, he said, I'll get me a Volkswagen. Well, we weren't sure. We'd never actually been around one. And we seen him go by, and that was about it. And, well, my friend's dad was a pretty good mechanic. Well, they get this Volkswagen, they bring this home, and they had brake work to do and stuff. But actually, it didn't get done for about 6 months to a year. It was drove it anyway. You just run into something, you can stop. So what happened was, old Lyle, he opens that trunk, or that hood there, and he looks, he says, boys, you got ripped off. He says, well, what do you mean got ripped off? He said, ain't no motor in this car. No! We looked. Oh, he was really surprised. Well, that Corvair's rear engine. And I got thinking, why don't we look in the trunk, see if somebody stuffed one back there? So once I figured out how to get the darn thing open. It was pretty obvious, it had a twist handle, but I thought that was just trim. We opened that, there it is. So anyway, he got the car fixed up enough where that thing would run. Oh, we'd play tag with field cars. Yeah, that was pretty smart. Sometimes there wasn't even no wondering, oh, I touched you, I hit you. No, you did not. Nah, you made sure they knew you. It's a wonder we didn't get killed, isn't that? Yeah, some of the things. We did so much crazy stuff. Any of you did the same thing lived out in the country at that time. I'll bet you had just much fun as we did. Our problem was we get stuck everywhere because a lot of it was cow pastures and stuff, big ones. No cows in them, And, well, wherever you got cows, they walk mud holes here and there. Boy, you end up pulling each other out and doing this and that. And that hyper accelerated how much chores I had to do for other people just to get gas money and oil and everything I needed and tire. I put truck tires on that Corvair in the rear. That really helped that out a bit. Yeah, that was interesting. Okay, you heard that 100cc saw run yesterday, but you ain't really seen it yet. What do you think, people? I'm not going to start this. I'm waiting for a few things. It's getting there, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I'm waiting for the white stars to come in the mail. I want to put a bar on this right now and run it. But if I get this real dirty, I'll play hell getting this cleaned up to finish up. These are just decals. This is not a good representation of what you people are going to get. That's of the American Dream saws, that 10 I'm building. They're going to be airbrushed, And this was just an old wreck of a saw. Old Dave there, logger buddy, got killed. He'd be proud of me on this one. And, yeah, put me a little D handle on it. I need that handle, too. I'm going to build me a pipe for this. In fact, I think I'm going to call this saw Old Dave. I think that'd be just fitting. I won't never sell this one. Daryl Burgess is getting one just like that. Daryl Van Hammer Slammer, Daryl Slammer. I see different comments sometimes, but we'll just call him Daryl. He's getting one based on a steel. But he wants his a little more plain Jane or something, other than the fact I sent him a couple pictures with the blue and white before I had the stripes on it. Dang, I really like that. So we'll see how that goes. These are a nice saw. Really, they're going to be nice builds. I can't wait to get them done. I really can't. Isn't that interesting? Man sends a saw all the way from Arizona and it takes me 5 darn minutes to make the darn thing run. And that runs better than my 44. Mine runs great. But it's got so much time on it, it's ridiculous. But, geez, I think that just needs running with good gas in that. And I'm going to run this a bit. I'm going to find the weak spots. If there's something wrong with that, I'll find it for you, buddy. I'll guarantee you that. I want to at least put a rebuild kit in that carb and clean that. I think we got some lacquer buildup in there. I had to open the low jet up and the high jet up a little further than normal. That's a pretty good indicator. We'll just put it in the sonic washer for a couple days, and after we strip it down, we'll get that carburetor like brand new again. If you're going to store your saws for an extended period, you know it. Don't be afraid to put some fuel stabilizer in it. Just don't. But God, I'll tell you, I gotta start hiking these up. Falling apart here. When you put that stabilizer in there, that pretty much stops time on that. Dumping the fuel tank ain't enough. It's still in the carburetor, trust me. It lacquers up over time. Now, I'll tell you another thing that hurts your saws. Do not, period, unless you want to come and see me and have them fixed, do not run ethanol gas. Yeah, not ethanol. I don't care what you got to do to get it. Don't run avgas. That's too dry. But run that and run 40 to 1 max. 50 to 1 is not enough. That's EPA like that. They kind of shoved it right at the chainsaw manufacturers. They didn't argue very much either. So, well, sure, we'll just give it a lot less oil. We'll meet your standards. Just heck yeah. And they sell more saws. And they know it. So let's beat them to the punch on this. 40 to 1, non-ethanol. When you store it, use fuel stabilizer. And you will be able to start that saw. It might get smelling a little funky. Once it started and run that, get that up in that right up in that carburetor. Make sure you run it long enough where it's got fuel all the way through that carburetor, fuel stabilizer. I'm not going to make this a long video. It's already 15 minutes. What am I saying? Okay, we still have more to show you. There's always another day. Thank you so much for stopping in. Keep leaving the comments. We're getting a lot of good ones. I read every one of them. I've been answering a few here and there. I'm trying to concentrate on my emails. If you've emailed me and didn't get a response, do it again. I get around 100 a day, okay? And boy, sometimes they just get buried. It's either sit in there and answer comments and read emails or stay out here and work on saws. I think we'd better work on saws. I'm trying to do both. I don't know how some people do it. It's got big channels. They must just, you'd have to hire somebody just to do that for you, wouldn't you? Stay safe. Be good. Enjoy yourselves as much as I enjoy me. I lost 17 pounds in 30 days. I want you to know that. I still got a long way to go. I know that. Here in another couple weeks, I'm going to try to quit smoking, but I'm waiting until I know I can do it. Okay? I will do it. It's because I want to. Thank you. That's it.